Everyone, it's KIREI here for Bramble Fox, and I have a brand new process video for you, and I'm using the fabulous December Fox box. I'm using the blue Winter Wonders title, and I'm using the little wooden pine cones, and then I'm also using paper snips number 83 that comes with the Fox Box Plus subscription. So you can see that here. I'm going to fussy cut out. I actually fussy cut out quite a lot of the paper snips. I think I use pretty much most of the images except for the skis and the skates. And I use quite a few. I use a few of the words as well. So I've got the little jar with the reindeer on it, and then I've also got the red gingham bow. But I won't show you all of me fussy cutting everything out. But here you go; they're all done now. Yes, so I do love a bit of fussy cutting. I know it's not everybody's favourite. I find it really therapeutic, actually. I just love cutting bits and pieces out. So yes. Um, Now I've got my photos, and I have got 8 small photos. So I'm back to using multiple photos again on my layout. And these were from a trip up to York last December. I was going up to a wedding, and it was one of my old Disney store team. And so the old team basically got together, which was lovely, because we haven't worked together now for, crikey, it's 4 years. So it was really lovely to get together in York for Laura and Callum's wedding. So the night before, we were staying just outside of York, and the night before we went into the Shambles for dinner. So it was really lovely just having a wander through the Shambles, and it just felt really festive and pretty with all the lights. I mean, everything was, the shops were closed and that by the time we'd got there. But yeah, it was just really lovely. So I just wanted to document about the night before the wedding. So I'm using, this is an older Simple Stories collection. It's called Winter Cottage, and I've just layered up 2 of the pattern papers, the sort of dusty pink with the holly leaves, and then the sort of darker green. I've just layered underneath it. I've distressed the edges. I've obviously torn it and distressed the edges. And then I'm just going to layer my photos in a sort of a row across the top here. And I will just trim off the edges. The photos will go off the edge slightly, that's okay. And then I decided here, I'm having a look here with some of the other pattern papers in the collection, because I was thinking about mounting the photos. Couldn't quite decide. So this is being me being undecisive there, but I've decided no. I think actually by the time I've mounted them, I think it'd be just a bit too much. Quite like how they look. So I'm just going to add some foam pads to the top of each of the photos, and then I'll get them stuck down. So here we go. I think they're all done. Yes. And then I can start to bring in the embellishments. And as I say, I am using a lot of the paper snips for my embellishments, to be honest. I have got that pale pink ornament there from the ornament set, though I don't actually use it in the end. I do use the little pink bow that you can see there, which is also from the ornament set. This is from the paper snips, my snowman, but I decided I was going to fussy cut him out more rather than leave him as just a card. So yeah, so I'm just having a play around, seeing where everything's going to sit, but I'm just going to create a few embellishment clusters. I've got this one at the top, and then I'm going to have one over here to the left underneath the photos, and next to my title. And then I actually spend quite a lot of time fiddling around deciding where everything's going to go. And I have to say, I cut it out because honestly, it was a bit, you just wouldn't want to see it. I was just backwards and forwards, moving things around, not really getting anywhere. Now, I have to apologise. I am away and at a retreat. And when I'm videoing when I'm away, it can be a little bit, it's moving a little bit more, as you can see. And I've got some shadows there, which is not great. So apologies for that. Okay, so I have moved on because I was faffing quite a lot. So I think I think I'm stuck down there. But now I've decided I need to balance the layout, and I'm going to add a strip of the dark green and another strip of that dusty pink along the bottom there. So again, just using the 2 strips, I've torn the edges and distressed them, and then just layering them up and adding them to the bottom. I felt like it just balanced it because I had a lot of white card there, and it just felt like I needed something else. So and then it gave me sort of a place to create a third embellishment cluster, which I was much happier with because I like the sort of three. There's that design rule of three. So it just helps to balance it out, with the embellishment clusters at the top, the one under the photos, and then now I will add another one at the bottom. Then I brought in this cute little white pom-pom trim that I had. And oops, that someone was there, just not actually sure what they were showing me. And then I decided to do it obviously after I've stuck things down, but that's okay because I can make it work on the each side, and I'm just going to tuck that in underneath. So just adding this little, it's a really tiny pom-pom trim, but I thought it was really cute. And again, it ties into that sort of wintry feel. So yeah. And then I can get my title stuck down. So again, I've got the Winter Wonders title, and I haven't taken the backing off. I normally do actually. I normally it's a bit of a ritual when I get my my Fox box. Pull everything off. It's there's something quite satisfying in taking all the protective backings off. Okay, so just making sure that that title is nice and straight, of course. And yeah, and then I can get the other bits and pieces stuck down. So I'm still here playing around with those little wooden pine cones and the red bow. I do get there in the end, thankfully. And then at the bottom, I've got the red bird. Oh, I've moved one of the pine cones down now. And then I think, here we go. I think, yeah, I've got everything in place, and now I can finally get these last bits and pieces stuck down. I had a few of these little white flowers, and I just thought I'd tuck them in. I quite liked the way they looked. And again, it just adds a different texture to the layout so that it's not just all effectively paper or cardstock. So you've got, the wooden textures, and then you've got the little the little flowers with the pearl beads in the middle. And just raising some of the top edges of these fussy cut elements with some foam pads. And then my little word strips are raised on foam pads as well. So I've got wintertime, photo op, and making memories. And what am I? Right, this is the little jar. It says hot cocoa on it, actually. That's just tucking that in there. And then this is the little round piece there, actually, is from the Simple Stories collection. Okay, just getting these last little white flowers. So I finally got there. I mean, it did take me a while. I don't know why, but I'm really, really faffed with this one. So yeah. Then I'm just bringing in, I've got some just little gold puffy sort of dots here that I'm just adding into each of the embellishment clusters. And then I'm getting there, and I'm almost done. I will add some journaling, as I always do. I always like to make sure I've got something on my layout that tells me where it was, what we were doing, and anything fun about it, or anything significant. And I also always add the date. That's really important because I tend to have loads of layouts that then all need to get filed, and that way I know I can get them filed in the correct order. Okay, so bringing in, I've got some of my gold paint here, and I am just going to add some gold splatters over each of the embellishment clusters. So I love a bit of gold, when it's wintry, it feels like a little bit of sparkle works perfectly. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. Here is the final layout. There you go with my finished journaling. I hope you've enjoyed watching the process video and get some inspiration from using the fabulous December Fox box and those lovely paper snips. So thank you so much for watching and joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.